Hey, friends, how are you doing? It's Friday and it's your day. All righty. In that great book, Think and Grow Rich, that's my reading. And I want to share with you some things that, well, just two points I'm going to make today of that I've been reading from the book. And it's coming out of, if you've ever read this book before, it's coming out of the section that talks about organized planning. And the writer talks about 30 major causes of failure. 30 major causes of failure. My. But we're just going to talk about two today, which I thought are really relevant to, well, all of them are relevant, but we want to talk about two today because, in this time and season and life, people like to be like, man, I've just failed at this. I suck at this not working and everything's just going AY. So I'm stopping by here today to share with you. So if you're going to be hopping on live, let me know where you're hopping on from. And if you're going to be watching the replay, also leave a hashtag replay and I'll definitely come back and give you a shout out because we want to touch something that stands between you and success. The writer talks about there's something that stands between us and success, and we oftentimes he coins it failure. Okay, now this book has been written a long time ago, and things have changed, things have evolved, and I'm sure that we have new perspective. But this book has stood the test of time. Think and Go Rich by Napoleon Hill, and if you haven't read it before, you need to get a read of it. Okay, so 30 things that the author talks about what stands between you and failure. And
I find the teeth.
no, okay, I'm doing something right now. Hello, excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Yeah, you gotta go see Maya, okay? So the writer talks about two things that are in that stands between us and success. And the first one I want to talk about today is the lack of a well-defined purpose in life. And that's my helper right here. And that's something that we want to really think about. And the second one I want to talk about is persistence. But for those of you who have not met me before, my name is Yvette Gorel, and I come to you live in this community every Friday or Saturday. We talk about something that inspires, educates, inform and empower something. Give me 1 second. Let me take this off so that I can share with you. All right. Yeah, she's kind of humming and just yeah, it's gonna be distracting. So we wanna do this in a very disciplined way. And so sometimes distractions are just not that I don't mind having her, but she has to play her little tune over there, and that's gonna be like conflicting with what I'm saying. So I want you to hear it very well. And so two areas we're going to talk about today is lack of a well-defined purpose in life, and the second one is persistent. Now, yes, for those of you who have not met me before, my name is Yvette Guerrero, and I come to you live in this community, and we talk about anything: educate, inspire, empower, and all that. And we also talk about business because in this life, we want to touch on everything. We need everything. The exposure, this is information age. There's no shortage of information. It's short because you probably didn't reach out and get it, but it's available. So I just, as I read and as I find something that's very relevant and pertinent to what to life, I'd like to share, you know? So he said that no there is no well-defined no well-defined purpose, no well-defined purpose in life. Now let's break that down because I remember growing up and we went to school. Our parents sent us to school because we were of age. Went to elementary school and we were taught, and the teachers had the curriculum. They taught us, and we just went through. To me, I consider myself, I just floated through the grades. From pre what's it called, that the first grade to second grade, and and we just went through and through and through, and we just went through, and so we just continued going through, and we just went through, and we grad and we left, and we and I for me I went to another school, so we just flowed through in life because so I'm telling you, it's always something, called distractions. Something, somebody just almost got hurt. Oh my goodness. So anyway, it's called Grandma Duties Unexpectedly. So I apologize, my friends. That's how it goes sometimes. Okay, so a well-defined purpose in life. We just sailed through those years, you know, we young and we just know we need to go to school and we need to listen to the teacher and we need to learn, we need to pass those tests and whatever we were taught, we were just going through the motions. No well-defined purpose because didn't understand. So we all did that until we got to maybe high school. Then we kind of started to form some things that were like, maybe this is important, that's important, that's important. Maybe I need to make sure that I learn this. I need to make sure that I grab that. Because now we are formulating a kind of um, we are formulating a vision of our lives, and so it life's our existence took on just a different phase. We are in a different phase now because now we see people. Now we start to look at people. Oh, when you get older, this is what you need to do. What you need to have. You need a job. You need a car. And we just go through the motions until when we started to make our own philosophy and coin our own path and structure for our lives. But the writer talk about a well-defined purpose in life. Now, how many of us, even when we got to that point, really thought about the purpose, really thought about the purpose why we were here? I mean, what in for life? Really thought about what am I here for? What am my purpose? What am I expected to do? We still continued. For most of us, we went on to college or we went to get a job, and or we went to something, but still, it's like purpose was not well defined because some of us didn't have anyone to maybe help us along. Some of us didn't have anyone to, maybe tell us some things. Some of us didn't have that mentorship or the coaching or the parental guidance or, nobody in our life. We just flowed through. We know we were sent and we just went. Huh? So in this life, now we have grown up and we have understood some things, and now we are in a better position to help someone understand that the sooner the better, the sooner the better, the sooner you can realize your purpose in life is better because then you can chart your course. A lot of us, we went to, well, I can speak for me. I went to college, I went to college to be trained as a teacher. And I'm just going through the curriculum, to be trained as a teacher. Now I'm specialized in a certain area and I learned that. And I came out and I went to the classroom and I taught the kids and and not even sure if that was exactly what I wanted to do, but that was something that I did. I wasn't so sure if that's what was my real purpose, my real calling. But I enjoyed it. It was okay, manageable and all that good. Love the kids. But I didn't start off like that. I didn't get to that point with like any vision, anybody guiding me. Oh, well, maybe, give me a kind of a path. No, I just sailed around until I got to that point. When I got to that point now, and not as when I became an adult, then I started, I'm like, yeah, some things just click at sometimes, and I did learning in my college career. Learning tells me in that book, Learning, because maturity, when the person has a sense of readiness, then they will learn. So I would say now, maybe I didn't understand what this old purpose thing, and nobody was telling me, or anybody was kind of walking me down that lane. So I just sailed on to and just chart my little course, and here I am. Now I got to tell you, I went to school when I was 7 years old. 7 years old, my friends. Most people go to school at 3.5. Well, I sent my kids to school at 3.5 and 4. I went to school when I was 7. So no defined purpose, because I didn't know any better. My parents didn't know any better. But now we have an opportunity. Now we know, as adults. Now we have grown up, and a lot of us are now knowing that we need to help others to navigate. We need to help others to come up with a purpose. We need to help others to realize that, hey, if you go this course, that's better for you. That will help you get to your destination in a quicker way, not easier, quicker way. Or, you know, but at the same time, we can find out exactly what they want to do. Exactly what is it that you're thinking. So now time has evolved, and we have learned, and things are different. So now when we hear the excuses, what shall we say when we hear all these excuses? Because there's no reason for those excuses. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know, how, what, which way to go. No, we have so many resources available now, whether people, things, places, all that, and more, books, the internet, programs, you name it. I mean, trillions of stuff available now. So, but sometimes some of us need someone to pull them out. Yes, some of us need someone to pull us out and to help us, to kind of help us to see what we need to do, or how we need to define our purpose, and how we need to, set ourselves up for success. So the writer talks about what's between you and success. And he says, a lacking a well-defined, well-defined, well-defined purpose. Well-defined purpose. Okay? Well-defined purpose. Because purpose is very important. As I can say again, I'm going to use me for an example. In growing up, who knew anything about purpose? Who know anything about purpose? Now I know that purpose. We do things all the time. We just do them willy-nilly. Purpose, my friends, is so important. A well-defined purpose. When we know the reason why we're doing stuff, and we talk about our why, we talk about the what, we talk about, our vision and our dreams and our desires. Purpose, yeah. So that's like, now we can put it together. We can put it together, and we can help someone to put theirs together as well. So while we didn't go through a smooth path, now we have the responsibility, or we have the ability to help someone to chart their course, to go through a smoother path, to help them, to ask the questions, to listen, and help someone to come up with, an idea of how they want to go through this life purposefully. Okay. So the second thing we want to talk about, now that I don't have any disruption, poor little child, she almost hurt herself over there. But yeah. So, but she didn't. Praise the Lord. Yeah. Now, lack of persistence, tenacity. It always says that if you have the tenacity of a weed, when you think about your garden, and think about, you plant your flowers. It's springtime now here, everywhere, most places, and you plant your garden, and what you plant, that's what you want to come up. But I'm telling you, we have some things we call the weeds, man. Those things that are growing in the garden, the wrong place. That's not the place we want them to grow. So we want to clear them out all the time. And you dig them out, you weed them out, they keep coming back. And I'm gonna tell you, you can be weeding your garden 5, 6 times, or every day you go there, there's a weed coming up. A plant that's growing in the wrong place. That's not the one you planted. The tenacity of a weed. So, lack of persistence for me, I think about that. Because if that weed is persistent, oh, it keeps coming back. What about us? What about our persistence in life? What about keep coming back? Even if you didn't succeed the first time, you get up and you keep coming back. Persistence. So most of us are good, very good at starting stuff. Very, very good. We have a good plan. We lay it all out and we start good starters. I talk about that. I'm talking about the race. Good starters, but we are not good finishers. Good starters. Some people have a fabulous plan, man. You can see the gold lining in it, and they have got a good start, and then didn't do the work, so they didn't finish well. Now, lack of persistence can come between you and your success, just like the lack of a defined purpose. I don't know why I'm choosing to say that word incorrectly. Well defined purpose. Those things can get in your way. But the persistent thingy is huge, because I can tell you, when I used to do track and field, and we always say you need a good starter for your relays. Yeah. Yeah, need a good starter for your. Yes, you need a good finisher, but you need a good starter. No matter how the finisher is excellent, I'm telling you, if the starter fumbles, nope, that finisher is gonna be a hard run to make it up. Sometimes you can, but most times you can't. It depends on how the starter stumbles. Yeah, we need a good starter. When yes, the second leg and the third leg are also good, but your start and your finish have to be like on point. On point. Yes, if you want to win that race, good start. You get up out of those blocks and you go. Yes, because if you get up on the block fast enough and you go, the second leg will get it, and the finisher will get it in time to, even if he has to put a little more effort to win that race. Yeah. So in life, it's just like a race. It's like a journey, but you're not racing with anybody. You're racing with yourself. You're running your own race. You're on your own journey. And we start stuff all the time because, yeah, we want this, we want that, we want to do this, want to do that. But we don't have the persistency. We don't have the tenacity like the weed to keep at it. Those weeds in your garden, they never stop coming. You probably got to get that, what they call that thing, Roundup kill the weed or whatever, something to spray and kill the weed. But if you just leave them by them, they keep coming back, they keep coming back, they keep coming back. So lack of persistence can stand between us and our success. So most of us are good starters, like the writer talk about, but we are not good finishers. So we need to be good starters, and we need to continue, because it takes persistence to take it to the finish line. Takes persistence. You cannot let up. So even if you stumble, even if things don't go well, even if things are happening and you just out of your control, you just never stop. You might have slowed down, but you never stop. You keep being persistent. So he said, people give up at the first sign of, be like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. He said people give up at the first sign of defeat. My gosh. First sign of defeat. No, it says, listen to what the writer said. We give up at the first sign of receipt. It didn't say you were defeated. He said you gave up at the first. You just kind of figure that's not going to work. The first sign, you gave up. The writer said you give up at the first sign of defeat. You haven't been defeated yet. That's how I look at it. Haven't been defeated yet, so there's no reason to give up. Okay, So you might have look. You cannot give up because you haven't been defeated. So now you've got to double your effort, double your adjustments, whatever you need to do, and get it going. Cannot give up at the first sign of defeat. Give me 1 second, Bubba. I'll be coming right there. Cannot give up at the first sign of defeat. Okay. So he said there is no substitute for persistence. Be right with you, sweetie. No substitute for persistence. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing can substitute being persistent, being wanting to win. Give me 1 second. You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi to my friends? Say hi to my friends. Say hi to my friends. Okay, she's got. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, yeah. Nothing can substitute for persistence. And in all of us, we all have it. Some of us, we don't use it. Some of us, we give up. Some of us, we give up at the first sign. So, what the author is saying here, we give up at the first sign of failure or defeat. So, we are not persistent. But we got to come up out of that mode if we want to conquer this thing called failure, because failure is not final. Failure is just a pause. It's just a little challenge. It's just a little hump in the road. Failure is not final, so we cannot give up. We have to be persistent. Okay. All right, my friends, I hope you got some value out of this live today. I just wanted to come by you. Had my unexpected guests here. Of course, I love them to death. They're my grandbabies. However, the timing is always not good because, attention. But I want to make sure that you got it today because the writer talks about what stands between you and your success. One, a well defined purpose, and two, persistent. We've got to get some things down because I know for me, yeah, we all have experienced some of them in some small way or another. Now it is left to us how we respond to when things are going wrong or when things are happening or when we see that things are not like heading in the direction, or because sometimes it's division. We didn't have a well defined purpose or we didn't make a definite decision. That's another day for that. And so we get to that point and we be like, man, we didn't have all the ducks in a row. We get to that point and we be like, okay, just can't do it. No, we need to be persistent. So get the ducks in the row, get this plan, get the organized, prepare, and just go for it. And in the same breath, help someone. There are a lot of people out there right now that could use the wisdom of a lot of us. Help them along the journey. Help them along the journey because we know it's not always easy, but it is doable. And with persistence and with a well defined purpose, they can do it just like we have done it. They can do it. And yes, people are going to be like, oh, some people are success. Success is not never always the dollar sign. There are lots of things that we have succeeded in, and it's not money. And so I want to just put that down there so that we can have that off our chest. It's not always money. Now, money is good. Okay. Money is a tool. Money is good, but it's not always money. So our success can be embodied in a lot of stuff. But we need to pay it forward. Help someone. That's my message today about a well-defined purpose. Help someone to coin it. Help someone to see and understand that they don't just have to be floating like this. They can have a path, well structured, a framework to guide them along. Okay. That's why we go to school, right? We didn't know this. Our parents sent us to school. We wandered off with our little backpack and, nice uniform or whatever clothes. We went. Yeah, they had a purpose. They knew why they were sending us. We had no idea. We just went. So but as you get older now, it's our chance to take care of the younger generation and the people that we work with and people that we know, even older folks, help us. We work together and make sure that we have these things all laid out because it is important. All right, my friends, I will see you next Friday when we can. I'm not know what we're going to talk about, but I'm sure we're going to talk about something. But Think and Grow Rich. It's the book says Think and Grow Rich. Okay, if you look at the title, Think and Grow Rich. Think it's all up here. A lot of it is up here. So let's see if we can work on what we call talk. We talk about the mindset. First earlier on we used to talk about the mind. Now we talk about the mindset because how the mind behaves, how it's what we actually put in there. That's what we're gonna get out, and how we kind of use what we put in there, our behavior around certain things. That's what it's all about. But I will see you next week sometime. Hopefully you got something out of this live. I'm sure we won't have the distraction we're having today, but nevertheless, that's life. That's when we work from home. There always something that's coming up or someone, and um, never always been the right time, but it's okay. And so you guys have a great Friday wherever you are. Take care of yourself and your family, and love upon yourself, and go out there, in your life, set some boundaries, set some time, whatever you need to do, and scale it back and narrow it down and get some purpose in there, and be persistent. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.